Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Tate, and this is my boat, my home. This is what I live on. This is the marina that I've been at for a year, and everybody's out now almost. We got like 3 more days and all the boats have to be gone. Now, I'm leaving this marina. I've had bad luck here. I've been here for 1 year. I've been robbed 3 times. Now, this boat that I bought, I paid $2,000, and it came with high-end stuff with the boat. The people that owned it, there's only been 2 owners before me, and they took very good care of it and bought nice stuff for it, and it's still a great boat. It just really sucks that a really expensive chain that most of these boats would not have here, you'd be able to tell a difference. Mine was like a brown. It doesn't rust. I don't know what kind of metal it was or what, but it was really strong, really good. And to buy this and the links that you would hook to the chain, they were expensive, like $100 a piece, and they're gone. Lanyards from the sale were stolen. The first 2 weeks I purchased the boat here, well, within the first week, those were gone. And a piece to this sailboat disappeared. And I know, see, this is not just my dinghy. This is also my little sailboat, just to sail around when I don't feel like going out far and stuff, and me and the dogs get in here and go. My dogs love sailing. Now, inside of there, you can see there's teeth down at the bottom, and a pole would go down there. Well, that's the mast holder. And the person that was 2 boats over from me, his kids came in with it, damaged the mast, and I told him, and his father pulled that pipe out, and I saw the teeth all eaten through, and the teeth were broken on his pipe. But I have no cameras and no proof, so there's not much that I can do for that. But I am just happy to be getting out of this marina, whether I have nowhere else to go right now. The reason why is because they're saying because my boat's not 30 feet, or because I don't have a credit card. And another marina says because of the age of my boat. My boat's an 84, which is really not that old considering it's a sailboat. So yeah, this is the marina that I've been at. And you can see all the boats are gone now. And I'll be gone in 2 more days. You can see they're all out there. Now this boat here, next to me, the Grampian 26. Now looking at that on the outside, it looks like a bigger boat than mine. Mine's a 25, his is a 26. Now, to get technical between these 2 boats, just because mine's shorter, okay, mine is a lot wider than his boat. Okay, you can see from the very, very back of my boat how wide it is inside my cockpit. Very wide, very, very spacious. It's a little bit messy right now. I'm still working on it, getting ready for the winter, like winter doors there I've made. And it's okay, Holly. So then you look at his boat. You see a much longer cockpit, but more narrow on the back. You see? So if I have a picture of inside of his boat. I met this guy. He was homeless and he bought this boat. And my goodness, what is that? He's got to cover some of those holes, it looks like. But this is his boat. So he was gonna do the same thing as me, but he's debating and changing his mind. He's going to be leaving his boat here and taking it out of the marina next year in the So I'm going to be living on this boat. And isn't she a beautiful boat? She is just gorgeous. This was rated a 9.5 out of 10 by the French. It was made in France. Okay. Just wide parts to go through. I got the fences made up for the dogs so they don't slip off the boat. Okay, and here's where my gas goes, batteries or whatever. My motor is an inboard, but it's actually an outboard, but it's inside the cockpit. So I have an outboard motor that makes this boat like having an inboard, which is amazing. You can see I have, it's okay, Holly. Hey, Patches. So inside my boat, let's take a look, guys. Inside my boat. Hey, Holly. So, down under here, that would be a bed, but I use it for space. So there's one person can sleep there. Then over here is another bed. And then you can pull this out and put cushions and make this into a double bed. So there you can sleep, so far, 3 people. Now this is my bed. This is the bed that I sleep on. And here's Popeye, my little buddy. Okay, so this is my bed. Single bed. I take the smallest bed of the whole boat and spoil the dogs. And I got that for heat. I got that for heat. I have a generator to run to keep us warm. This toilet will not be used so that we don't freeze pipes. Okay, sinks will not be used. As you can see right now, I use it as storage. Okay. My tools go in there. And then in here, hey Prance, another bed. You see? But I use this as storage and leave enough space there for 2 beds for the dogs. You see, one curl and then enough for another dog in here. So, and then underneath, we got tons of storage throughout the boat, which I don't use yet. And in here, I want to build shelves eventually to put clothes in, so I can take up less space. Holly, it's okay. It's okay. There's my alcohol stove. Okay, my food goes down in there. I put them along the cupboards underneath and down in this spots. Underneath here, more storage, more storage. I use those storage spots. Watch, Holly. Watch it. Get up. Good girl. And then down in here, this is where the batteries go. And you can't really see right now, it's pretty dark, but you can see the shovel handle. So I have a snow shovel in there for this winter. Okay. And so, yeah, just, and it goes far. Like we got over 6 feet in there. Lots of storage space. Now the only downfall I find of this boat is all the sinks. I have 2 sinks. One in there, one right there, over in the bathroom. And then all the gas and all the fluids and everything else goes down inside there where that lock is. So now that fills all the way over to about, you know, most of the back of the cockpit. So you can see the inside goes in some. This is my ice box. Now you see all the parts where water would go is all on one side. So you use your bathroom a lot and it starts to fill up. Once it gets halfway, then the boat always has a little tip to it more on one side. So balancing out this boat makes it tough with all the water containers and everything on one side of the boat. Other than that, this is an incredible cruising boat. It really is. And, you know, that's the only downfall that I find of this whole entire boat. But I'm going to be very, very happy, guys, to be getting out of here. being robbed 3 times in 1 year at one marina is just unbelievable. And I had a friend tell me about that, saying I would not go to that marina. It's you know, he's saying the area, it's too close to Oshawa and Scarborough, and he says it's I wouldn't go there. You're gonna get robbed, and you just have a bunch of people that are living off their boats and friggin', you know, don't even sail or do anything. And ain't that the truth? You have so many people come here to party all day long like summer cottages, and they're all buddies and all local, and then they bully you at this place, and they come in when they're not here and they start taking your things and stuff. It's pretty sad. You know, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. So why go take somebody else's stuff if you wouldn't want them to go take yours? So, but you know what? I'm a survivor, and I want to live on a boat. I want to cruise around the world. So my beginning and starting is starting now this winter, and hopefully by next summer I can leave Canada and start doing my trails. So welcome to my home, my life. And let me say, I'd rather have a boat as a place to live in my life more than anything else, than a house or a cottage. There's nothing better than being out, and it's like sleeping on a water bed but you're not on a water bed, because your boat's constantly moving and it keeps your body relaxed, and it's just a really, really healthy, relaxing kind of thing, as long as you're not in really rough waters. So, but yeah, guys, thanks again. There's my barbecue, my outdoor barbecue. My cooler's going, won't need that in the winter. And yeah, one more quick little look. Yes, I smoke weed, guys, medically, epileptic, high blood pressure, and it helps for my heart, and I like to have a couple of beers. I'm not a huge drinker, but I do like to have a couple drinks here and there. Probably through the winter, I'll like drinking some Crown Royal to keep me warm. Couple shots of them at bedtime. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching, and please follow me as I sail around Lake Ontario and then hopefully end up out in the ocean and crossing, for I'll be sharing all my stories and all the places I go, and then how each place works and how people were. So Whitby Marina, thumbs down. Staff are nice and stuff, but at the same time, who wants fishing around their boats, get stuck in motors? And even the staff walk by people fishing on their boats in here where we're not supposed to be. They don't have no sign saying no fishing, but when you sign a contract says no fishing, and people fish every day, all day in here. And they fish off the piers in the fall and right off our docks and everything, walking up and down. And it's on our contract not to, but yet everybody does. And it seems like you sign a contract here for nothing, because nobody even follows what the contract rules are. Dogs must always be leashed here. I see almost everybody except for me walking their dogs off leash everywhere. And you know, it's just you get robbed, you go to the staff and you complain. Well, not complain, but tell them that you've been robbed, and what do? They just put it down like nothing, and they consider like you're lying and you weren't robbed or something. And even get a notice because the staff ignored me for 5 days when I told them of someone that I knew that took a piece. And they couldn't come talk with me and talk with him together at this marina for 5 days. So I went and approached Buddy myself and asked him how he got his new part. And he said, "What part?" I said, "The mast holder, the piece that was damaged last week when your kids came in." He says, "It was never damaged. I never pulled it out." But he pulled it out less than 3 feet away from me and said to the kids that they couldn't sail it no more till he replaced the piece because it's damaging his boat or their boat. And I brought in that dinghy the following week, And within that week, that piece ended up disappearing. So I knew one person that stole. And then the other person that stole was someone who was supposed to be 30 years experienced, and he was supposed to help me with my mass, and I was going to pay him. And he ended up taking parts and going on my boat when I wasn't here. And there was proof of it. He even admitted that he went on my boat and washed it, power washed it. And he did not, the staff did not do nothing about that, saying you can't go on a boat when they're not there. And I didn't even know the guy for more than a week or so, that he didn't have a right doing that when I wasn't here. If you want to power wash and help me on my boat, you do it when I'm here. And he didn't even tell me he power washed it until we put the mass up. And there were pieces switched and missing, and he remembered the piece, said, yeah, you're right, that's not the same one. I said, I know. And then next thing you know, he cuts a piece off my lanyard off of a steel piece. I'll show you really quickly. Is, you see this is a clamp, and it's clamped in. It's metal and it's clamped. You see? Now he made me cut one off my main mast, and he took a lanyard worth $300. He stuck it in his pocket right after we cut it. And did the staff even ask him if he would replace that, due that he cut it as a professional sailor and then left me with something like this? You see? The staff should have told him to replace that. And it's not something I should have to ask. That he's a professional sailor, he says, for 30 years. And that's what I got left with, guys. And they did nothing. And he said he left the piece on my boat, but I saw him put it in his pocket, and he never took it out of his pocket. And 4 days later, I asked him for the part. I said, I think you forgot it in your jacket. And he said, no, I didn't. The other thing, as a professional sailor that he's not, he didn't hook this up right. On the bottom, there's a piece where wire, and that wire goes through inside here. He never hooked that up. All he hooked was this up, and my mast almost came down this summer. So, you know, people you're gonna do work on your boat, be very careful. Just because they say they're 30 years experienced or whatever, don't go by that. Try to get from other people's opinions and advice of people that are good at it. Or best of all, try to do the work yourself first, if you can. It's always the best way to go. So thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.